What if I told you your brain isn't a fixed thing, but something you can literally mold with your own hands? That every time you choose to scroll social media instead of reading, every time you hit snooze instead of getting up, every time you procrastinate instead of taking action, you're actually sculpting your brain? And here's the crazy part. You can flip the script starting today. I'm about to show you exactly how to rewire your brain for success using simple neuroscience that anyone can understand. And by the end of this video, you'll have a 7-day challenge that will literally start reshaping your neural pathways. So stick around. This isn't another motivational fluff piece. This is actual brain science made simple. Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain is like a field covered in grass. When you walk the same path every day, let's say from your house to the mailbox, you start to wear down the grass. Over time, that path becomes clear, easy to walk, almost automatic. That's exactly what happens in your brain. Every habit you have, every thought pattern, every automatic response, it's all just well-worn paths in your mental field. The neuroscience world calls this neuroplasticity, and it's the most powerful tool you have for changing your life. But here's where it gets interesting. Most people think they're stuck with their brain patterns. I'm just not a morning person. I'm not good with money. I procrastinate. That's just who I am. But neuroscience shows us that's complete nonsense. Let me break down what's actually happening in your head. Every time you repeat an action, your brain strengthens the neural pathway for that behavior. It's like adding cement to that path in the field, making it stronger and more permanent. Recent studies in neuroscience have shown that your brain literally changes shape based on what you do repeatedly. Taxi drivers in London, for example, have enlarged areas of their brain responsible for navigation because they use those skills every day. Musicians have different brain structures in areas controlling their fingers and hearing. But here's the game changer. This works both ways. Bad habits create strong neural pathways just like good ones do. When you check your phone first thing in the morning, you're cementing a pathway that says seek instant gratification. When you avoid difficult tasks, you're strengthening the avoidance pathway. The breakthrough moment came when researchers discovered that focused attention is like a spotlight that determines which pathways get stronger. Whatever you consistently focus on literally grows in your brain. Think of your attention like water flowing down a hill. It naturally follows the easiest path, your existing habits. But if you deliberately redirect that water to a new path day after day, you eventually carve out a new channel. That's exactly how you build new success habits. Quick engagement check. Drop a brain in the comments if this is making sense so far. I want to know you're following along. Here's why most people fail at building new habits and rewiring their brains. They try to change too much too fast. They want to create a superhighway overnight when they should be starting with a small footpath. Your brain has a built-in resistance system. It's designed to keep you safe by sticking to what's familiar. When you try to make massive changes, your brain literally fights back. It floods you with stress hormones, makes you feel uncomfortable, and pulls you back to your old patterns. I used to make this mistake constantly. I'd decide to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for 30 minutes, exercise for an hour, and completely overhaul my diet, all starting Monday. By Wednesday, I was back to my old habits, feeling like a failure. But then I discovered the secret that neuroscientists have known for years. Your brain loves tiny changes. It doesn't resist them. In fact, it embraces them. This brings me to what I call the 2-minute rule of brain rewiring, and this is where the magic happens. Instead of trying to build a massive new habit, you start so small that your brain doesn't even notice you're changing. We're talking laughably small. Want to start reading? Read 1 page. Want to exercise? Do 2 push-ups. Want to meditate? Sit quietly for 2 minutes. Here's the neuroscience behind why this works. Your brain measures success in streaks, not intensity. Each time you complete your tiny habit, you get a small hit of dopamine, your brain's reward chemical. That dopamine strengthens the neural pathway you're trying to build. But here's the secret sauce that most people miss. It's not about the 2 minutes. It's about becoming the type of person who does that thing consistently. You're not just reading one page, you're becoming someone who reads daily. You're not just doing 2 push-ups, you're becoming someone who exercises. Your brain starts to update its identity of who you are based on evidence of what you do. And once your identity shifts, the behaviors become automatic. Let me know in the comments below, what's one tiny habit you could start today that would compound into something huge over 6 months? All right, here's your 7-day brain rewiring challenge. I want you to pick one area of your life where you want to see change. Just one. Day 1 to 2. Choose your micro habit. Pick something so small it feels almost silly not to do it. If you want to get fit, commit to 1 push-up. If you want to read more, commit to 1 page. If you want to be more organized, commit to making your bed. Day 3 to 4. Stack your habit. Attach your new micro habit to something you already do every day. This is called habit stacking. After I brush my teeth, I will do 1 push-up. After I pour my coffee, I will read 1 page. Day 5 through 6. Track your streak. Get a calendar and mark an X every day you complete your micro habit. This visual feedback releases dopamine and reinforces the neural pathway you're building. Your brain loves seeing progress. Day 7. Level up slightly. If you've done your micro habit for 6 days straight, you can increase it slightly. 1 push-up becomes 2. 1 page becomes 2, but only if it still feels easy. Here's what's happening during these 7 days. You're literally carving new neural pathways in your brain. Each repetition makes the path stronger. By day 7, you'll start to feel weird if you don't do your micro habit. That's your brain rewiring itself. Once you master the basics, here are 2 advanced techniques that accelerate the rewiring process. Technique 1, mental rehearsal. Neuroscience shows that imagining yourself doing an action creates nearly the same neural pathways as actually doing it. Spend 30 seconds each morning visualizing yourself completing your micro habit. You're literally pre-wiring your brain for success. Technique 2, environmental design. Your environment shapes your brain more than you realize. If you want to read, put a book on your pillow. If you want to exercise, lay out your workout clothes. Make good choices easier and bad choices harder. Your brain always takes the path of least resistance. Here's what I want you to do right now, and I mean right now, before you click away from this video. First, smash that like button if this made sense and you're ready to rewire your brain. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who need it. Second, write in the comments below your 1 micro habit you're committing to for the next 7 days. When you write it down publicly, you're 42% more likely to achieve it. That's not motivation, that's neuroscience. Third, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember, your brain isn't fixed. It's not permanent. You have the power to literally sculpt it into the brain of a successful person. But it starts with taking action today, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Your future self is watching. What path are you going to help them walk down?